How does a city rise along a river plain and grow so large that its streets, walls, and water systems reshape the entire landscape around it? Across the wide plains of the Indus River basin, the land stretches flat and fertile beneath vast skies. Seasonal rivers weave across the countryside, carrying water from distant mountains toward the Arabian Sea. During the rainy season, these rivers swell and spread across the floodplain, leaving behind rich layers of soil that have supported human life for thousands of years. Near one branch of this ancient river system once stood Harappa. Today, the site lies in the Punjab region of Pakistan, not far from the Ravi River. Low earthen mounds rise gently above the surrounding fields. Broken bricks and scattered ruins mark the outlines of streets and buildings that once formed one of the largest cities of the Indus civilization. At first glance, the site appears quiet and understated, but beneath these mounds once stood a vast urban landscape. Harappa was not a small settlement along the river. It was an expansive megacity, carefully planned, carefully built, and deeply connected to the water that sustained it. The Ravi River flowed near the city, providing fertile farmland and a steady source of water. Seasonal floods replenished the soil while also shaping the environment in ways that required careful management. To thrive here, the city had to adapt to the rhythms of the river, and it did so with remarkable organization. Streets were laid out in straight lines, forming a grid that divided the city into distinct blocks. Large mud brick walls enclosed major districts. Within these walls, neighborhoods, workshops, and public spaces formed an intricate network of urban life. Water systems ran beneath the streets. Drainage channels carried wastewater away from houses and buildings, guiding it toward larger drainage routes that led beyond the city. Seen from above, the design reveals a place shaped not by chance, but by careful planning. Harappa was a city where infrastructure guided daily life. Yet one question remains. How did this river city develop such advanced urban organization, and what allowed Harappa to grow into one of the largest and most sophisticated cities of the ancient Indus world? The plains surrounding Harappa appear calm today, but this landscape has always been shaped by water. Rivers flowing through the Indus basin carry sediment from distant mountains, spreading fertile soil across the floodplain. At times, the water arrives gently, nourishing the land. At other times, seasonal floods reshape the terrain entirely. For a large city to survive here, careful planning was essential. Harappa responded to this environment with remarkable organization. Across the city, streets were laid out in a precise grid pattern. Long roads ran north to south and east to west, dividing the settlement into rectangular blocks. These streets were wide enough to allow movement between districts while maintaining the overall order of the city. Within these blocks stood rows of buildings constructed from standardized baked bricks. The consistent size of these bricks suggests that construction across the city followed shared measurements and methods, allowing structures to be built efficiently and repaired when needed. But one of the most remarkable features of Harappa lay beneath the streets. Drainage systems ran along many of the roads, carrying wastewater away from houses and workshops. Covered channels directed water through the city and out toward larger drains beyond the walls. Individual homes often connected directly to these drainage systems, allowing water from daily activities to flow safely away. This level of sanitation was rare in the ancient world. The design suggests that maintaining clean urban spaces was an important part of the city's planning. Harappa also appears to have been divided into distinct districts. Some areas contained residential neighborhoods with closely arranged houses. Other sections included large open spaces and elevated platforms built from massive brick structures. These raised areas may have served administrative or storage functions, standing above the surrounding streets. Beyond the city itself, the fertile plains supported agriculture that sustained the population. Fields spread across the river valley, connected to the city by pathways and smaller settlements. Harappa was not an isolated city. It was the center of a wider landscape shaped by river, farmland, and careful urban planning. Yet the scale of this organization raises another question. How did Harappa maintain such advanced infrastructure across such a large settlement? As Harappa expanded across the Ravi River plain, its urban landscape became increasingly organized. The city was not only large, it was structured in a way that balanced residential life, infrastructure, and regional connection. From the higher mounds of the site today, the outlines of this structure can still be traced. The city appears to have been divided into multiple sections built on elevated ground. These raised areas protected important parts of the settlement from seasonal flooding that occasionally spread across the surrounding plain. Massive brick platforms supported clusters of buildings that once stood above the lower streets of the city. Around these platforms stretched dense residential districts. Houses were often arranged along narrow lanes branching from the main streets. Many of these homes included internal courtyards, small wells, and drainage outlets connected to the larger city system. Even within private spaces, the careful management of water remained part of daily life. Across the city, the standardized brick construction created a sense of unity. Walls, streets, and drainage channels followed similar measurements, suggesting that construction across Harappa was guided by shared building practices. This consistency allowed the city to grow while maintaining an organized layout across its expanding districts. Trade also connected Harappa to a wider world. Paths and river routes linked the city to other settlements across the Indus region. Goods moved between cities through networks of exchange that extended across plains, deserts, and coastal areas. Harappa functioned not only as a residential center, but as part of a broader economic landscape. The Ravi River played a quiet but essential role in this network. Its waters supported agriculture and likely served as a transportation route connecting nearby settlements along the floodplain. From above, the design of Harappa appears balanced. Ordered streets, carefully planned districts, and water systems integrated into daily life. Yet even a city so well adapted to its environment existed within a changing landscape. Over time, the rivers of the Indus Basin shifted their courses, and the delicate balance between city and river began to change. Over time, the quiet balance that sustained Harappa began to shift. The Ravi River, like many rivers of the Indus Basin, never remained fused in one place. Across centuries, its channels slowly moved across the plain, sometimes drawing closer to settlements, sometimes drifting farther away. Floodwaters that once nourished farmland could also reshape the land that supported the city itself. Within Harappa, the carefully planned streets and drainage systems continued to guide water through the urban landscape. Houses still stood along ordered lanes, and the raised brick platforms still protected key districts above the floodplain. But the wider environment was gradually changing. If river channels moved away from the city, water sources could become less reliable. If floods arrived with greater intensity, parts of the settlement might require constant rebuilding. The relationship between the city and the surrounding river system had always required careful balance. Evidence from the site suggests that over generations, the urban rhythm of Harappa slowly altered. Some districts were rebuilt or modified. Others appear to have been used less frequently as activity shifted elsewhere across the region. The great infrastructure of the city remained visible, but the dense life that once filled its streets gradually diminished. Unlike cities destroyed in sudden events, Harappa appears to have experienced a quieter transformation. The streets remained, the brick walls endured, but the population that once animated the city gradually dispersed across the wider Indus landscape. Today, the site rests beneath low earthen mounds beside the Ravi River plain. Archaeologists have uncovered long stretches of streets, drainage systems, and foundations that reveal the remarkable planning of the city. From above, the layout still shows the grid of roads and districts that once structured daily life here. And so the question returns: how did Harappa develop such advanced urban organization so early in human history? Part of the answer lies in the environment of the Indus Basin: fertile plains, shifting rivers, and trade routes that connected distant settlements. Another part lies in the careful planning that shaped the city itself. Harappa was not simply built beside a river. It was designed to live with it. Even now, beneath the quiet fields of the Ravi Plain, the ancient streets of Harappa remain, an enduring blueprint of one of the earliest megacities of the ancient world. If this quiet journey through the river city of Harappa stayed with you, you may enjoy exploring more ancient urban landscapes like this. And what do you think shaped Harappa more? The powerful rivers of the Indus Basin, or the remarkable planning that organized the city itself?